dum, dum. Boing. Good evening. A Buckingham Palace spokesman exclusively revealed to ITN tonight that on his first official engagement, Prince Harry wet his pants. A new youth serum backfires. But the effects quickly wear off.
ITN sound effects technicians tonight walked out on strike, leaving Sandy and I to ad-lib. Boing. Sandy.
A report out today by the Institute of Human Studies reveals that beautiful people attract, whilst the not-so-beautiful people just tolerate each other's company. Alistair?
Today, Prince Charles, my hero, was guest of honor at a Saudi Arabian royal banquet where he gave the after-dinner speech.
I am immensely delighted to have been asked to speak tonight, although the speech which I have prepared for His Royal Highness is somewhat short and indeed incredibly polite.
And finally, the 60s pop group Manfred Mann have just re-released their hit single, Do-ah-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Have they really, Alistair?
No, it's just that I like saying Do-ah-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Well, that's it. Good night. Shuffle, shuffle papers on desk. Pretend to say something witty to Sandy.
Sandy acknowledges, lights go dim, shuffle, shuffle papers, chuckle, smile, lip read.
Hello. Well, thanks for watching the show so far. I don't watch much TV myself, no. I prefer real life. It's got a much wider screen, and you can actually smell and touch the things that you see. And when you get those magic moments of ecstasy... you don't get interrupted by... Nothing fits quicker than a quick fit fitter. Nothing fits quicker than a quick fit. Although I suppose as an impressionist I should be glued to the set, researching new characters. But I'm not. To be honest, I've not recovered from the shock of all those late-night safe sex education programs we had a while back, remember? Describing every sexual behaviour known to man and goat. I appreciate this need for awareness, but on all 4 channels, I find it so embarrassing. Talk about hot under the collar. I come home late, family's asleep, and I've turned on the set, you know. And I'm alone with Patty Caldwell.
Right, so we all know what snurging is now, right?
But please do make sure that the custard's almost solid before attempting it with someone taller than yourself. Right, so the next subject we're all going to discuss is what's known as repetitive blimping. Well, I'm not sure that this is really my area. So here to demonstrate on a plastic model is the Bishop of Woolwich. So I switch over, click, and Richard Branson's in the studio plugging his product. Mates, that's going to cause some confusion. Hey, mister, my mate's fell in the canal. Hang on, son. And we also learned about advertising and how we British have concentrated on the safety aspect, whereas the Americans have covered every angle. Hello, I was so concerned about your health, I just had to jump on the rubber bandwagon. So here it is, Victor's Cayenne Dom. So sensitive, when you have it off, you won't know you have it on. 12 different flavors. So I try to escape to Channel 4. Click, and who's waiting for me there? A 3'6" German midget from America. Dr. Ruth. What a strange person. She'd enough to frighten a police horse. Good doctor, though. I only saw her there once. Cured my hiccups. And tonight, I, Dr. Ruth, am going to talk about erogenous zones, multiple orgasms, sterility, frigidity, erections, and scrotums, because these are a few of my favorite things. One channel left. Click. And there's some guy from the music business telling us all about this new crusade. Pop against promiscuity. Otherwise known as PAP. Well, it is. I mean, it was pop stars who promoted promiscuity in the first place. Except Cliff. He'd put Archangel Gabriel to shame, would Cliff. I'm surprised he's not made a video with a few friends. Congratulations. Hi, kids. You know what's what, okay? And I mean, I wasn't born again yesterday. But please, please, please don't mess around with S-E-C-K-S. But get into something more invigorating, like doing up an old bus and going on holiday. Seven seas is the best place. But if you can't control your emotion, at least take sensible precaution. Oh. So I don't watch much TV now. I watch The Mirror instead. Watched it recently, I was on. Completely nude. Yeah. So I said to myself, hey, what is this? Some kind of a vegetating contest. No more drinking, no more late nights. Exercise, Doberman, that's what we need. On the double. And I was right. Exercise, we all need it. And I thought, I know, I'll not do the usual stuff that everybody else does. I'll be different. I'll try fell running. And I did. Right over the edge of a bleeding cliff. Ended upside down in a gorse bush, getting a bit of ornithology in at the same time. I thought you were going to kill yourself, you fool. Tone it down a bit, something safer. Jogging. That's the one. Well, I say jogged, in my case, it was more like cross-country sleepwalking. Until I woke abruptly one morning when my ankle went over. You ever done that? And your ankle just goes over. I mean, completely takes you by surprise. Just goes, oh! And you don't have to be jogging, you can just be innocently walking through the supermarket pushing a trolley. And it just goes, Doesn't have to happen in the supermarket. You can be out just strolling through the park. And it doesn't necessarily happen on the same leg. But it usually does. And when it does go on you, those who it's happened to will know that all the weight is concentrated onto that one spot. And you can hear all the gristle in the ankle go. But I couldn't scream. Men don't. Not when marathon man's coming past the other way looking really smooth. Little beads of sweat glistening all over his back, except for this dry V-shape. Hi there! Hello! It's a fool's game, jogging. I was out recently. I inhaled a bee. And a number of times I've been ambushed by dogs. They come at me from all directions. Behind dustbin, shed roofs. I'm sure they plan it before I come along. I thought, I'm going to have to get myself one of those sprays, what they called, 12 bores. But I didn't need to in the end. I got myself a black tracksuit instead, with a white stripe down the middle. They all think I'm a skunk coming along. They do after a vindaloo the night before. And you hear so much of what the stars do to keep fit. Yeah. Some go in for pumping iron, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You're knackered if you want to scratch your back. Still, I shouldn't knock it, really. I mean, over the years, Arnold Schwarzenegger has built himself that fabulous 72-inch chest. That's so he could wear a T-shirt with his full name written across the front. Still, nevertheless, it's worked wonders for Arnold's career. We've seen him as the Terminator, the Predator. I don't suppose we'll ever see him as the actor. But weightlifting, I mean, it's not popular with most people in show business. But a good ball game, maybe that's the thing. Some people swear by it.
Out! That ball was in, I say. It was in. You cannot be serious. Oh, you are. It was in. Oh, fiddlesticks. Gosh, umpire, don't be such a spoil sport. It was in. Gee whiz, what a swizz. However, some of us like to take life a little easier. Down on the golf courses of Marbella. In between making movies. Collecting Oscars. Getting pussy galore. No Bob Monkhouse joke there. Thanks, partner. Nice shot. Even if I say so myself. Your turn, Norman.
Number 4 on, Mr. Grimsdale.
What's your handicap, Norman?
I can't play golf.
Of course, some people don't go in for any sport. The only exercise they get is lounging about, yawning all the time. And yawns are catching. Yeah, you go along to midnight mass, start yawning. You cause an epidemic. You'll have the whole congregation going, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. Yeah? And it's hopeless trying to hold one back, especially when you can feel a real strong one coming on, and it's brasting to get out of your face. But you can't let it out because you're in that tricky predicament where you've got to appear interested enough to carry on a conversation with someone. Did you? Lovely. What? Cold food? Nice. 3 weeks in cold food. What? Photograph? Yes, I love to. Look, a donkey with a hat on. I could go on about laziness all night, but I can't be bothered. Now, there's only one exercise for keeping trim. Swimming. Get yourselves down to the public baths. But of course, not everyone's been to the public baths recently. So, for the benefit of those who haven't, we took our cameras along on a sweltering hot bank holiday afternoon to show you exactly what it's like. It was shut. So I'm going to tell you instead. And that's no problem, because I'm a regular down at the baths. And I reckon the best time to go is just before 9 o'clock, when all the serious swimmers are in, getting their 40 lengths in before breakfast. And there's not one of them under 69 years of age. It's like a Johnny Weissmuller lookalike contest in there. Yeah. And you'd swear there were colonies of clams living on the bottom. It's all the lost dentures. Yeah, and these swimmers are up and down in their own individual lanes, length after length, mile after mile. I get in there, can I find my own lane? Can I hell? Somebody coming towards me like a torpedo. Got to move out. And I'm in somebody else's lane. Move over here, and I'm encroaching on somebody else. How can I hear them all mumbling under the bubbles? You know, swimming in this bloody lane, 15 years time. I thought, to hell with this lot, I'll cock them all up and do widths. Yeah, but you certainly see all types down at the baths. They all come through that disinfectant bit. Then they make the grand entrance onto the poolside stage. And there's always the odd weedy type comes in.
I hope people don't think I'm showing off. Down the steps. I hope I don't bump into anybody.
And then popping out in his Burton's bathers, the Rolf Halpern type. Then you get the parader. Likes to parade up and down the side. Yeah, his body has been used. A lot. He's getting on a bit, this guy, but he doesn't look too bad because he's discovered how to hide his beer belly up inside his chest. And it sort of gives him that tough guy Kirk Douglas look. Come on, girls, take a good look. Who knows, one day I might even go in the water. Oh, but not today. But then the show's over. It's after 9 o'clock. There's a couple of coaches on the car park. School kids. And what's it like when they get in the water? It's almost as though somebody's emptied a giant tank of tadpoles in. You can't swim in a straight line when them kids are in. Yeah, they've got a toenail jammed up your nose. A veruca up the bazooka. Wait! Used elastoplast floating past. They always come in twos, those things. A regular, then a slimy waterproof. Last week, one little kid, I'll kill him if I find out who it was, he did a depth charge. He did. But there's a big sign at the side that says, "No depth charges." And the illiterate little sperm bomb landed right in between my shoulder blades. My earplugs went ping! Never got them back, they probably got eaten by a clam. And I went down well. I had to be rescued by the school mistress with that long pole with a funny hook on the end. Felt a right pillock it did. And then comes the worst bit about any trip to the baths. The changing rooms. Smelly, horrible, clammy, yucky places there. And I don't know about you lot, but no matter how much I rub with that towel, can I get dry in those really intimate places? No, I can't. Then comes the worst bit of the lot. Putting underpants back on. After they've dropped in that channel. And then you've got to finish off by putting a cold, wet foot back down the trouser leg. And your big toe gets stuck in those stupid turnips he started putting on the inside. You end up with your head jammed in a locker and gob full of athlete's foot powder. And why is it that when I do get recognised at the baths, it's always at the bottom of the deep end? Some of the requests I get down there.